LoadingTeam officials weighed up whether to come back to Australia before jetting off to Britain less than a week later. However, it was decided that spending more time in Japan would prove beneficial. Odawara, a city in central Japan, has been flagged as a location for the Wallabies training base from October 28 to November 3. Training loads are likely to be decreased during the weekend. There is talk of extra rest days. Nonetheless, it will serve as valuable extra time in Japan and a chance to get used to conditions 1 year out from the World Cup. The Friday of that week, November 2, marks exactly 1 year until the World Cup final, a match Australia will be desperate to be a part of. The Wallabies will then depart Asia for the Northern Hemisphere and make their way to Cardiff for their first match of the spring tour. Australia have won their past 13 matches against Wales, so confidence should be sky high for a fixture at Millennium Stadium. While there has not been official confirmation, it is understood the Wallabies will play Italy at Padua on November 17. Australia last played at Padua, a city in the north of the country between Venice and Verona, in 2008. They managed a tense 30-20 win thanks to a late try from Quade Cooper on his Test debut. A blockbuster against England at Twickenham will round out the international season and give Jaka a chance to get one over his old Randwick teammate Eddie Jones heading into a World Cup year. In terms of preparation before important matches, the biggest question will be whether the Wallabies can get their act together before a three-match series against Ireland. The first test is on June 9 and there is Super Rugby action the weekend prior. The Waratahs take on the Reds in Brisbane, which is somewhat convenient, but Australian players from the Rebels and Brumbies will have to rush back from Auckland and Tokyo respectively into Wallabies camp. The Brumbies have their game on a Sunday afternoon, which makes things even more annoying for Jaka in terms of getting his players into camp. Meanwhile, Wallabies camp dates after Super Rugby will be dependent on how far an Australian team goes in the finals, and unlike last year, the Wallabies will spend their whole week in Auckland ahead of the second Bledisloe Cup match at Eden Park. Instead of training in Christchurch for the first half of the week, like they did in 2017, the squad will embrace the atmosphere of the entire week as they look to become the first Australian team since 1986 to win there.